Welcome back to another video. It's still November 18th. The last video was too. This is going to be my afternoon. We're on to this 7420-inch hopper. This tractor sat for a month. Just finished corn silage that one night, really late, and we parked it. What we got to do is we got to winterize this whole inoculant setup, drain out. I think there's even a little bit left in there before it gets really cold. So I have it over there. Our coolant, I'm gonna run that through. But first, let's get a start up after a month of sitting on this thing. So there's the start. We're still having injector or fuel problems. I won't call it injector problems with this thing. It was on, or it is on the list of stuff to get fixed. I'm not gonna fix it. We know the issue, or what we can do is we can crank it again. That issue only happens you let this thing sit for too many days. So in this case, it sat for a whole month here. We just haven't needed the tractor. We need it now because I want to get the straw chopper rolling. But yeah. So just water in here right now. We use it to flush the lines, except I'm gonna flush them with coolant. So yeah, and then I'll power wash this thing. You can see it didn't get blown off. Next year I want to blow this thing off after we use it, because it was missing paint when we got it used, but what happens is it eats away at all the paint, and I do like to keep things looking a little bit nicer. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, you can see the green coolant flowing through the lines. It's just starting to drip out there, but I want to get the line full of coolant. By the time I get to the tractor and shut off, the applicator will be good. Sort of like a sprayer. When we bought that applicator, put in the manual, that's what we should do. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, you can see it dripping away out there. The lines are getting pretty full. Yeah, now it's coming out steady. So there's our applicator. We like it, especially for when we make those egg bags. Oh, I'll put a little bit of coolant in here and set that, and then I'll start washing. Well, there you have it. I've dumped the foam on this thing. There's like just plastered on. It's already been running off. Dumping it on for two reasons. One, I want to get this done. I got a lot of equipment. The more I put on, the better. And two, this thing's caked. Like, you see all this stuff's gonna come off really easy now after the foam. Same with all that. So, yeah, it's never had foam on it. We didn't have the foam cannon last year. Power washing stuff. I want the color of the red paint to come back, and I don't really want to wax the whole chopper to get that. You can see, if you've watched this chopper running, it's not as shiny as some of the other ones you'll see. It's an older chopper, but it hasn't had a lot of acres through it, but I do like a nice shiny look. That soap does bring it back out a lot, so dump it on and call that a day. Anyway, I'm gonna start washing all that grease off. This is definitely one of the hardest and longest pieces of equipment to wash. Like a combine, but smaller. Well, there you go. Here, I'll open up a cover again. See, there's rust where the feed sat, or not even rust so much, there's no more paint left. But other than that, we got it all off. Should have done it before walk around, but I just wanted to get it done. we got off all of that. Well, here you can still see a little bit. Black dots in the red. Got all that off. So, yeah. Tried to get inside the slots in the corn head here. This chain's off again. So that's broken. Every year that breaks though, and I don't know, we don't really find it useful enough. Although, maybe we'll try and fix it again. Yeah, down there, I can't tell, is that dirt? Okay, there's a little bit of dirt there, but problem is, put a little bit of water there and everything goes all over the place. So, good enough. It's clean, it's easy to get work done. And when it's that grease on there, I don't really worry about it because the grease saves the paint more than anything. It's all of that feed. You can still see there's some here, but can't get it all off. So, here I'll show you. Maybe you saw before. You can see how faded the paint is, but yeah, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Really, it still runs the same. And yeah, there's a little bit of dirt there, but ran around 3 times trying to get all the dirt off after I thought I had all the dirt off, so can't get it all. But yeah, first piece of equipment done. We still do have some more. Got that disc vine. And we got a rotary rake. So I power washed up when it was new, but new to us, I should say. But it saw some field time this year. And yeah, there's our disc vine. So, we've had some issues with it. But we're not going to get into that. But I still got to wash that. I have washed it a couple times this year. But not since this whole issue. If you want to know about that, you can go on Instagram and see that. And all of this stuff here. But yeah, it's really the 2 other big pieces of equipment we got to wash up. We will do our wagons, and then as we get stuff swapped around, we'll do the tractors. So I might do that next. So yeah, that's pretty messed up. We're waiting on someone from Crone from Pennsylvania to come. We had issues with the gauge, and that's the whole thing, but we're not gonna go there. So yeah, there's a rotary rake. Good piece of equipment, we like it. Wash it up and we'll put that away next, but we'll have to move stuff around in the shed still. Got the chopper in the shed, put it in there with 2750. Dad and I are gonna grab the corn head now. We wanted to take it off, or we thought it would be best. Alright, so Mom and Dad are wrapping up night chores. Dad and I did manage to get that hay head put in here pretty good. Or not hay head, corn head. The hay head's gonna go right here. Gotta give it to him. We definitely saved room going closer, or taking the head off. I didn't think we were gonna fit in there with the 6430, but we just did. Had maybe a centimeter to spare on either side. A little more than that, maybe an inch or 2, not a whole lot. Got 7420 hooked to the manure spreader now. So I switched the shaft to 540. Gonna take this tractor, gonna wash the rotary rake we bought, as I showed earlier. I'm gonna get that put right here. So, yeah. It's getting dark, but, or it is dark, but it's important to keep going. Next weekend's pretty busy for me, so not gonna have time to do it then. Alright, we got the rotary rake put away. Used to be a old corn planter sitting here. We sold it this summer. Not really that old. There's a 4-row. So pretty good planter, but doesn't make sense for us to plant 4 rows at a time, especially when we do. Just for us, 4 rows on a 2750 took too long, wasn't accurate enough for what we wanted. Can go on and on and on, but yeah, so that's here. You can see it sticks out a little far, but even if you pull the tractor too far ahead, you're not gonna hit it. And we got this here just in case, you know. So slid this flap in all the way. Note to self, I had 2 of these notches out earlier for raking, because in the spring I know I'm gonna be going. How many was it out? So yeah, gotta get some junk out of here still. One of the things we're getting rid of, this old sprayer. It's a Hardy. We still have the pump for it. Yeah, Hardy. Still have the pump for it. It's one of those things, once again, well, you can see if I can get it unfolded. Like, it's probably, you know, not a very big sprayer. So it was just, yeah, one of those things. I've never seen this thing been used. My grandfather was still farming, he'd use it. But that time has come and gone. So yeah, we get all our spraying custom done. Doesn't make sense to use this for, well, generally we have 50 acres we spray, but we're gonna have, yeah, we'll go there another time. So yep, there's that, and there's a rotary rake. So left to go, we got to get a disc spine in there. The gator's gonna go there. Got to get our Ford's blower, and I'd like to get our old New Holland 56 rake in here. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this rake. It's not quite as wide as our 56, so I don't know if this rake will put 2 rows into one. It might. We got to try that, but once again, that 56 rake is just something, you know, it isn't worth a lot of money like that Hardy sprayer. Now the Hardy sprayer doesn't have a purpose here anymore, but yeah. So that 56 rake we got is probably one of the oldest pieces of equipment we own. So yeah, gonna sell that too. It's an old rabbit cage. I still have rabbits, but yeah. And got a bunch of stuff through our basketball net. It's hung over there on the side of the wall. Fell off and broke when I was trying to take the bolts out, but it was already broken. Just a lot of sorting. So yeah, seems no matter how big you make a shed, it's never big enough. I've heard guys say the shed, the only time it's big enough is when you write the check to build it. So yeah, my grandfather built this shed in, I believe, the late 1970s. So even before we had this tractor. So when he built it, our biggest tractor would have been probably, well, for sure less than 90 horsepower, and now we're on to, well, that dynoed at 138 this spring. So things get bigger. When he built this shed, how many acres would we even have had? Not that many acres. Like, once again, less than 100 acres when this shed was built. So yeah, but I don't know, it's hard spending money on a shed when we can still get all the important pieces of equipment in here. And well, the wagons sit outside, but realistically our Ford's wagons aren't worth a whole lot of money anyway. We can get our tractors in here. Expensive stuff like our chopper, rake, disc spine, tillage stuff can sit outside. So that's gonna be it for this video. I don't know how long I've talked for. It's gonna be fairly long, I'd guess. But yeah, Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. God bless.